This is Deerlands by Carl-TG and PixelFarm. It is 241.97 megabytes to download, and the description says, "Welcome to Deerlands. This map offers 30 fields, one pre-placed farm in the town with a chicken coop. All buildings on the farm can be sold with the building mode. One biogas plant that can be bought with farmland. A total of 16 productions and sale stations. 2 buy stations for fuel and water, 2 lakes and 2 swamps, 100 collectibles, forests, precision farm and DLC supported," and then it says, "I hope you enjoy the map." So let's go and check it out. And here we are. This is where you start off in all 3 modes, and this is the map, people. So as you can see, quite a lot of forestry, quite a lot of trees, but obviously, like it says in the description, we do have some fields, which is nice, and they're kind of spread out as well, sort of in between amongst all the forestry and the trees, which is nice. We have a few round our sort of main starting farm. We are actually down here, and we are opposite the main farm in new farmer mode. So obviously that is the mode I am in, as always. So I'll click on that. That is all you start off with in new farmer mode. Plot number 1. It's all one lump. It's only valued at 9,261. I will say that the prices of the land on this map are pretty good. You are going to make quite a bit of money off some of the forestry areas. On our main farm, we've got a farmhouse, silo, a workshop trigger, which we will check out, and a chicken coop even across the road. Now, field prices, plot prices, whatever you want to call it, like I say, pretty good. 45, not a bad size. 15 grand just over. 27 grand. Look at this forestry area. 91 grand for all that. It is very good. Up here, 48 grand, 77, 32, so on and so forth. 34,000. There is a few areas where you cannot buy the land. Pretty much where anything there's a sell point or a production. We do have a train on here, so it runs up and down the map like that, north to south, like so. There it comes, or goes, going down south. It goes off to sell at Silver Run Forest, which is nice little touch that. So there is a rent a train option, and we do have a railroad silo which you can access via the train track or the roadside, which is nice. We will check that out. Various sell points and productions scattered around. There is a BGA up here. Now, although that says 79 in the middle of the BGA, we can't buy that plot of land. That is going to be for this plot. So that 79 is now highlighted blue. But once you buy the BGA up here, it will highlight this area, so you will own that plot of land, but it's a bit pricey. I think it's just over 1.5 million. So we won't be buying it. We'll just look at it and dream about owning it one day. Yeah, so we get fields 1 and 2, which aren't huge, but it's a start. It's pretty good, not too bad at all. If we go to this menu, we've got 100 collectibles on there. As it says, they are the wooden toys. No productions. There is fields, contracts on the other fields, sorry. And there's our chicken coop. We don't have any chickens in there just yet. Our vehicle section, look at that. Most of them are in dire need of repair. We've only got a few things there on 100%. There's no custom crops at all, so nothing to show you there. Crop calendar is all standard. So I think it's pretty much it for that side of things. Nothing shows up on the map if you buy it. There is a shed, I think it's about here, which, if I remember, I'll stop and I'll show you. It's the same as the one we've got on our farm. I will show you. There's a couple of modded in things in build mode. If we go over this way, it's a bit flat over here. In sheds, we've got 4 different sheds. You will see these around the map, mainly on our farm, to be fair. So in sheds there's some, in farmhouses, again that is our farmhouse on our farm, like so. You can't go in it, it's just got a sleep trigger, that is it. In factories there is 3 modded in base game models. I can't see anything different. All the names of the buildings are exactly the same. I don't think it takes anything different, but I'm guessing that's just been done for something to do with the map. And also in sell points there's a similar scenario, 4 sell points, but they are all base game models. Look, that's the restaurant, like so. In animals we do have that chicken coop, which is there, which you'll see in a second. Holds 40 chickens, quite a nice chicken coop. And that is it for the mods. If we carry on up and go to painting, it's pretty standard: animal mud, asphalt, concrete, dirt, forest ground, grass, dry grass, gravel, rock and granite. That is it. No trees, plants or anything like that, so pretty straightforward. Now slot counts, let's do it. So in new farmer mode, you do start off with this same equipment in all 3 modes, but the slot counts are slightly different from new farmer mode and farm manager. Start from scratch, and I'll tell you why in a second. But new farmer mode, which is what I am in, the slot count is 988. So just remember, this equipment you get in all 3 modes. So we start off with the voucher Valmet. We've got a John Deere 7810, got the Deutschfar Topliner harvester, we've got that front loader, the Schaffer or Schaefer, 1986 Lizard pickup, a Rudolph trailer, header for your harvester. We've got a Dagelman stone picker, Lemking cultivator, a Paro harrow, which will hook up to this seeder, so you can cultivate and seed at the same time. Spray and setup for the additional tank. Do have a pallet fork for our front loader, trailer for our header, and then we just got 1 weight, which is 1 ton in weight. There you go. Now if you don't want any of that equipment, you can sell it all off and you can reduce the slot count down to 872. Obviously there's potential to reduce that even more. You can sell off the buildings around the farm, but there is a fence and some decoration, like a bench by our farmhouse that you can't seem to get rid of, so just something to note there. Now in farm manager and start from scratch, if you come on here, like I say, you will start off with this equipment, but there is no buildings on the farm, no farmhouse, no silo, no sheds, etc. And you obviously don't start off owning any land. The slot count is 894, and again, if you want to sell off all this equipment and completely clear the area, you can get the slot count down to 778, so quite a reduction. It's not too bad. Right, so I think that's all that. Let's get this show on the road. First of all, I'm going to start over here because this is our fuel station. Pretty cool. There is a collectible there, we'll grab that. Now, I am a little bit baffled. I'm just going to quickly check the description on the mod hub on my phone, because it does say on there, and I've just read it out to you obviously as well, it says 2 buy stations for fuel and water. Well, obviously this is 1. I don't know whether they mean 1 of each that makes the 2, but there is, as far as I can tell, no buy station for water, unless that is a water tower, but there is no icon here. I think possibly that could be it. I just realised that that probably is it, but I haven't tried it or tested it, so that could be it, guys. But there is 2 sort of lakes on here as well. 2 lakes it says, and 2 swamps, but all I can see on the map is just these 2, and then I think up here some sort of water, so I'm not quite sure where another swamp is. It's probably hiding somewhere. But there you go, that is that. So we have a fuel station there. We'll run across to our farm. There isn't any traffic. I haven't seen any traffic, anyone walking around, no people or anything, just deer. Look, after all, sorry, it is called Deer Lands. Pickups there. Farmhouse just here. Sleep trigger at the door. Like I said earlier, you cannot go in. There is a footpath that walks through and goes into our main farm, but we are going to jump in the pickup and drive round, because I want to go out a certain way, so we might as well take the pickup with us. Right, so we'll dive into here. I will spin around and get ready to go out, and we'll run across the road and check the chicken coop out. I'll leave the engine running. Let's do the chicken coop now actually. So pretty cool mod. Eggs are going to appear there with dialogue boxes here. 40 chickens. The feed trough trigger is in here. I haven't tested it, but I'm guessing if you get close enough here it's going to come up. But yeah, a little bit random that one, but looks a fairly decent mod to me. Now running into the farm, this is where the first kind of hiccup is, because this is our shed with workshop. There is lights here, so if I come here and turn them on, it will do that, which is nice. But you go up to this trigger and nothing happens. I'm clicking in the left thumbstick as normal. There doesn't seem to be any trigger. I had the help menu on. I went all the way through this shed. I couldn't get anything to come up. So an issue there with that. Luckily there is another workshop trigger at the shop. We've got equipment here in one of these sheds, which is a pretty cool shed. As you can see, it's all filthy. This is one of our fields ready to go with the harvester. Header trailers there. This is the shed that's further on down the road as well, like I said earlier. So it's drive through both ends. There is lights on this end as well. Awesome. Pretty smart. And then the trailers there. Now this is a modded in silo, but it's not available to buy or place down from the build mode. It is called a Farmer 150. I did test it. I managed to put in 300,000 litres of wheat, and then it wouldn't let me put anything else in, so I'm guessing it is 300,000 litre capacity. Tip in, and there's a pipe up there, pipe out. Happy days. Stone pickers there. There's that footpath that I just showed you, and then we do have more equipment in here like so. Front loader, lights we've got around here to do the whole lot. Now we do have 4 IBCs of liquid fertilizer, and hiding over the back 8 big bags of seed. We do have a little bit of a sort of loft area. I'm not sure what you're going to get up there really, but it's quite quirky, isn't it? And then outside we have got 4 IBCs of herbicide. So that is the farm, guys, and you can sell off everything. But this is the fence I'm talking about. You've got the shed you can't get rid of, and that bench there you can't seem to get rid of, but you can clear all this area if you wanted to, so not too bad. Right, let's jump in the pickup and we will head to, where are we? We're going straight up here actually. No we're not, that is the wrong way. Here we go. We want to go just a little bit further down. There we go. This one. So straight down here we've got a sell point up the back, just here. This is Town Storage Bay, which is a sell point. Next to that we've got the shop. So like I say, we do have a workshop trigger. This one does work. You've got your shop menu there. And this nice flat area where I was showing the placeables, this is where your vehicles are going to be reset, or if you buy or lease anything they will appear out there. So pretty cool. We'll head on up and across to the right here. We've got another sell point. Now I'm probably going to say this wrong, but I think it's Godefroy Renardin's farm. That is a sell point. Okay, moving on. There is the other shed just here. So we can use it. We don't own this plot of land where I am stood, just here. You can buy it obviously. Would it allow us to delete it? It will, so you can sell it as well if you want to. So even that shed is not there if you come on here and farm manage and start from scratch. Just something to point out. we've got the restaurant sale point just there on the left, and then straight across the road here we've got the farmers market sale point, and then right down the end we've got our bakery with some pink things in the road. So bakery just there. Right, back on our south, there will be a little bit of coming back on our south to get to certain points, but I think it's just the easiest way to do it. If we go up here and just in here we have another sale point, someone else's farm, and this is Jasmine Crevier's farm. That's a sale point where you can sell a few products. And if we scoot on out this way, as you can see there's some of the fields. Pretty cool. It's not flat, it's all sweeping up and down. We've got a decorative sort of campsite area which we've seen on some maps before. And we are heading up in through the forest. So a lot of trees on here. A lot of decent money to be made. More fields. So that's what I said earlier. I like the fact that the fields are all spread out. They're mixed in amongst all the forest areas. Nice touch that. Right, heading into our railroad area. We've got a huge ramp loading bay, like so, absolutely huge. At the end of this we've got a rent a train option. You can just about see on the tracks your loading and unloading points from the train, and then up there is unloading via the road and loading up from there. So that is our railroad area. And then going back out this way we will go straight across, and we need to go up there in a second, so like I said we will come back on ourselves a couple of times. And this is our sawmill. Now I like this. I pulled into here and I saw the icon for selling wood. I'm thinking, right, so where'd you pull in with your trailer? It's in the pond there, which is pretty cool. I cut one of them big tall trees down over the back there and pushed it in with this pickup truck earlier and clicked on that icon and it sold it. So that's pretty cool. So you need to put your logs in the water there. Got a wood chip point just there. And then because this is, we are now up here, purely a sell point, it's not a production point, so it's not a sawmill we can buy, just in case you were wondering and you thought I forgot to mention, which technically I did, but I just remembered. Gone from not doing hardly any map tours because there hasn't been any out, and then all of a sudden I think there's been about 5 in the last 2 days, and it's like I don't know whether I'm coming or going. I'm still not caught up on them all, but anyway we're getting there. Right, the biomass heating plant is just here, and then coming round, this is another thing I tested earlier. We do have the debris crusher here for selling your stones. There are some piles of stones, as you can see, they are just decorative. So because you cannot buy this plot of land, like so, I came up here anyway thinking and hoping that you might better use them, but you can't. Right, I'll do a quick recap where we've been. So we went across the road into the farm, chicken coop, up here to the sale point and the shop. Along did that sale point, restaurant, farmers market, bakery, this sale point, and we come all the way up here into the railroad, across there, sawmill, up into here, biomass, and we're now here. So we're going to carry on like this, blah blah blah. Shouldn't take too long at all. So a swing a left. Next on the list, yeah, just here is carpentry, like so. Up the end here there is a sort of area where you could probably place something down or clear that area, that tree. Something else up the end, there's plenty of room. I mean there's loads of room on this map anyway. Clear some of these sort of scraggly trees out of the way and then you're good to go. On the right hand side we do have the spinnery, and then again we're going into sort of where fields are. Really cool, nice touch that. We need to hang a left. We should join up with kind of like a main road. It's pretty smooth, this road, I quite like it. It's more like a concrete road though, I think, than a sort of tarmac asphalt road. But it is very smooth. So there's the signs for the livestock market. Now another thing I noticed is the actual animal dealer icon is not showing. It should be roughly about there, because that is the first one that comes to us as we drive in. So your dialogue box is just there. It does work, and I will show you. There you go, chicken coops. And then up the end we've got a sale point for your bales or loose grass, hay, straw, things like that, silage. Happy days. Out of here and straight across we've then got our BGA. There is a way station here if you want to use it, be a bit more realistic. 2 good sized bunker silos, quite a huge area if I'm honest, and then all your sort of icons for tipping in and taking out. Up the top here we can drive and tip in if we want to. It's a little bit bumpy coming off that side, and if we stop here and run up, that is going to cost you 1.577, and again, a bit like a map I did earlier today, it's a bit of an odd number because I think that's obviously taking in the value of the land that you're buying, because normally I think it would be around 1.5 million, wouldn't it? So there you go. Right, that's all that done. Now we've got a bit of a long drive. We've got one thing left to see, which is the grain mill. And that is, again, isn't like your standard sort of sawmill was. You know what I said earlier, that's just a sale point for your wood, and this isn't your normal sort of grain mill. This is just for selling, which you will see in a minute, but it's quite a huge area, but it is right on the edge of the map. Got some decorative, well, I was just going to say houses, but they're huge. They look more like apartment blocks. So our farm just over there, we're back down here. Here's our fields. As you can see, plenty of scope to join those up. This one is empty. There is a track that runs behind them as well and joins up with the track we're going to be taking any second, which is pretty cool. So again, we're going to drive down here, and there is the track to our right. Pretty cool lake over there as well. That's a nice touch, nice and picturesque. So I'm pretty sure you could get water from there for free. Again, something I never tested. I am sort of running out of time today, do apologise. There we go, there's your sale point over there. So quite a huge area, and that is our grain mill. And that's the map, guys. So we kind of came from here, didn't we? Spinnery, we cut across there up into the animal dealer area, BGA, all the way down across sort of our fields, all the way down there, and that is it. That is the map. Deerlands by Carl-TG and PixelFarm. Hope you have all enjoyed the tour. If you have, please hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. That would be fantastic. Don't forget to smash the bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.